Hi, I would like to welcome you to this short video to explain what does it mean random access files and how we count the bytes into the file. First of all, in order to start your file, you know for a fact you need throws and exceptions, which is part of your input-output libraries. The first thing you need to do uh, is try, and of course, you need to get a file where you're gonna access, write to it, and read from it, and you can move byte to byte. So, of course, you're gonna use random access file. Uh, it is, for instance, I've got a file. It's called test.dat, and I wanted read and write, so I can write to it and I can read from it. So, random access file. RIF, so I call the objects RIF, test random, and I create the file here. Of course, in order to start, it goes in here, right? So we have four types of data we can write to a file, but then we have to know actually how many bytes in each one. So let me explain these ones before we start writing the code and go further. The first thing we need to do, let's have a look at the data. If you say, I would like to write a byte. So I've got RIF, the object. So remember this was RIF. So I can say RIF. I can come here and I say RF dot. If I say write byte, here it is. And of course, write byte, you can write strings and you can write characters if you want. So here it is. Right, whatever you byte here. The size, when I say byte, it's a byte. So for each character is a byte. All right. So the types of data, if you say, it depends on the number, but each one, what is the size of it? Yeah. So based on that, we can say there we have types. So if you say byte, if I say, let me just explain this one. I would say data type, and then I would say size in bytes. Yeah, that's it. So this is very important. Now, the data types I have, for instance, I've got, if I say byte, I'll just make it a bit smaller. This one's like this. Here it is, byte. So if I say write, if I write byte, so it's a byte, really is the byte is size 1. Yeah, it's because it's a byte. So when I say write byte, it's only one byte. If I say char in Java is 2 bytes. So we have to count that. That's 2 bytes. Here's 2 bytes. If I'm using integer, which is an int, integer is 4 bytes. So it's 4 bytes. Now, what about the other ones? Double. What about double? Double. It's 8 bytes. So remember, if it's a write byte, it means for each character is going to be 1 byte. Yeah, so if I say write, assuming we have in this here, and I say write byte ADU. And if I say what is the size now, because write byte, size is 3, because it's bytes. A is 1 byte, D is 2 byte, the second byte, and the U is the third byte. However, if I say, I can say same things, I can say chars. If I say chars, right? The chars, look at the char is 2. The size now is 6, yeah? That is, it's going to be the size now is 6. So if I say here, if I say R, F dot length, was going to give me the size, yeah? That is length. So if I say the length size is actually, in this case, because of this, look at this one, this is 2, 6, right? However, if I say write, if I say RAF, and I say write, here it is, write, and I say, for instance, a number, and I say 67 as an integer, right? And I say, what is the length? Forget about this. I can write before it. I can say rf dot set length equal to 0. Yeah, give me 0. So when I say 0, here it is. It means empty everything, right? And then I say RF write 67, and I say what's RF is system.out.println as what's RF dot length. That case, really, that's going to give me, because 67 is 1, look at that, here it is, 4. So that's going to give me 4, yeah? If I put inside it, if I put this one, which is, right, this is, I apologize, this is right end, and I say 67, yeah? Because I'm writing integer. However, if I say right, double, whatever the double number is, and I say it's here, even if I say 67, here it is, the length in this case, because based on this, is 8 bytes, yeah? It's 8 bytes. Then we construct, let me demonstrate this right in the programs, right? We can come here it is, and we say, I'm going to just generate 1 byte. I'm going to say, because I've got RF, there it is, maximize it a bit for 1, 2, there it is. I say RF, and I say write, there it is. Write, when I write a byte, has a byte, yeah? If you notice, write a byte, it takes the strings, the case here, and I can say ADU, there it is. Now, remember, I'm writing bytes, so each byte is one length, right? 1 byte. So if I say here, system.out, println, and I can say it is, say length of the file is, it is, because that's going to give the length, right? Plus, that's it. I have to go RF and say dot length, which is this one, yeah? So that's going to give me the length of the file. Remember, I wrote byte. When I write byte, it means 1 byte of them, right? Here it is. So I'm going to read it. So I wrote here 3 characters, and I write byte. It means 1 byte for each one. So the length in this case is going to give me 3, right? So if I run the program, it's here. It is, and it says, if I look at this one, of course, if I say ADU, if you look, it says 46. The reason for 46, because you need to clear the file first. What does it mean clear the file? Empty it. How do I empty the file? It is, before I write to it, I can say RF, look at that, set length. When I say set length equals 0, right, that means remove everything. And let's run the programs here and see what they're gonna give us now. Here it is. If you look at this one, it gives you 3. The reason it gives 46 because there's data already exists in the file. Here it is. So in order to empty your file, RF set length is 0. It means remove everything. The length is 0. It means delete everything. So I wrote 3 bytes. I say write bytes ADU, and that's going to give me each one is 1 byte. Yeah, see, that's 3. However, now look what I'm going to do. I'm going to change this one, rather than bytes, I'm going to say write them as characters, chars. There it is. Yeah, writing chars. Remember, we say chars is 2 bytes. So if I look at this one, based on what we discussed earlier, here it is. The byte, the char is 2. There it is. The char actually is 2, right? There. So if it's a char, it takes 2 bytes. Look at that, how that makes difference here. As soon as I say, it is, I say write chars ADU. Remember, it's 2. So now the length is going to be 6. So look at this one. And of course, I say here it is. You see, it's 6. Here it is. So why? Because the length is 2 for each one. Now, look at this one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add an integer. Right. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to do an integer. I'm going to give it a set of 5 integers. Probably here. 4 int, I may just increase it a bit so you can see it. For int I equals 0, and I'm going to say I is less than 5. So that's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 5 numbers. Remember, keep that in mind. I plus plus. And all I'm going to say it is RF. I'm going to write, make sure when you write an integer, you tell the system you write an integer. Here it is. And so I can go here. It is. And I say write an integer. There it is. And of course, they will say I'm going to say I. So the value is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is. So I wrote 5 numbers. Now, let's see actually what is the size of the file. Let me just copy this here. Right, I'm going to copy it here, and I will put it here. Remember, this is because single line, you don't need to put the brackets. Usually, if it's more than one, it was like that. So, if you use it or you don't use it, in this case, is absolutely fine, right? So, however, because of it's only a single line, that's fine. So this print statement is not part of the for loop in here. Now remember, we've got this is recharge, so that is here up to now the 6 characters, right? So 6 bytes. Now we've got 5 integers. 5 integers, it means each integer is 4, so that's going to give me 20. So add them in total, that should give me the length of the file now is a 26, right? Don't file now, I just put now, right? As and to see what they're going to give us. There it is. So run the programs here and see what they're going to give us. There you go, which is 26. You notice that is a 26. It's very important, you know, where each one sits. Right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add doubles. So in order to add doubles, doubles is 8. Remember, doubles are 8. So I'm going to create just 2 of them. Yeah. So let me say 4, and I'm going to say before I do on the doubles, I can go for I can say int. That's I. Guys is parts of loop there. I is equal 0 and I less than, I'm going to say I want only 2, so 0 and 1. Right, and I'm going to say I plus plus, and what I'm going to do now, because I'm going to do more than one line, I'm going to put brackets here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create random numbers, or I can add 2 numbers, right? So that's what we're going to do. So assume I'm going to say this. So say I'm going to say RF, right double, here's right double, and I'm going to put double value. Double value, I'm going to say probably I times 10 times 10. That's it. So this is going to be doubles, right? So 10 is going to be 0. So I'm going to start at this. Let me say I plus 1, or I can start from here. It's up to you. You can start from 1 up to 3. So that's going to give me 2 numbers. So the first one is 10. So 10 and 20, right? But they are doubles. So what does that mean? Now we've got 26 here before, and these I've got 2 numbers. Each number is 8. So that's a 16. So hopefully that's going to give us 48 bytes, the size of our file. Run the programs here and see. I'm going to write, obviously I'm going to write here, and I'm going to put this one because this one actually is only single line as well. So I'm going to move the brackets here, and I'm going to print this. So I'm going to say length of file. It is after certain doubles, yeah, numbers. It is. So hopefully that's going to give us 42 because we have 26 and 16. So for that's going to give us 42. Let me run this one, yeah. And that's what it says. It is 42. It says now it's 42. Remember, I put 3 integers, 3 characters. So each one is 2. If it's a character, it's 2. If it's an integer, right? S4, and if it's a double, S8. Now, remember, at any moment in time, if you want to move to your files, anywhere in your files, right? What I'm going to do, remember, use the word seek. When I say seek, it means move the cursor from one place to other place. Remember, if I put here, and if I would like to remove any parts here, ADU for instance, all I can say rf.set length, there it is, and I'm going to say 0. As soon as I say 0, it means everything written here, it's gone. So it's going to start counting from here. Remember, we've got 5 integers, so they're going to give you 20. And I've got here, I've got 2, so that should give me 2, 8 each, so that's 16, so it should give me 36 size of the file. There it is. So as soon as I look at this, I run it, and here it is 36. Reason for that, because I deleted that. Here it is. Set length, it is, says empty the file. So here, empty the file. Here it is. Yeah. Remember, if you don't empty the files, it's going to cause problems. If I remove this one, I just demonstrate this one. Here it is. And remember, at the beginning we say you need to remove it. As soon, if you don't remove in the file, because what you have, this one's here. The reason for that, look at that, read write. So that means when you write to, you can append to it. Look at that. I'm going to the program and see there's going to be increment. Now, it was 42 now, the size of the file, because I removed the set length. The first one I run it, first time, look at these values here, 42. Here it is, it's 42. Now let's run it again and see what that's going to give us, of course. Even it's 42, I think when the set length is here, I can append to the files. Yeah, you can append it, but here it is, just to make sure everything is being removed. So as we say, there's a 36 now. If I remove this, yeah, this is, if I hit this, remove, empty it after this. So as soon as I run it, it's give me 36. There it is. Now look at 36. Let me just look at the integers, right? I'm gonna talk about this here, right? Well, how that works. Here it is. Remember, there it is. The numbers they are 5. We've got 5 integers. So the integers from 0, 1, 2, 3. Here it is. The integers are is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Location-wise, if you look at that, location-wise, it is the first number, because they're 4 bytes. So that's going to be from 0 to 3. Sorry, to 3. Here it is, right? Well, second one. The second number is from 4 up to 4 bytes. 4, 5, 6, 7. So here's 7. And third one is from 8 to 11, and so on. So that's from 12 up to 15, and this one from 16 up to 19. Yeah. So if I want to go and I want to print this number here, yeah, 3. What do I need to do? I need to go to byte 12. There it is. Right. So I can move. How can I move to byte 12? How do I tell the cursor to move there? We can use the word seek. Here it is. So if I do it here, here it is, and I want to print one of them, I can say RAF seek. Where do I want to seek? Yeah, where do you want to send it? I'm going to send it, and I'm going to say send it to 12. Yeah? Number 12. There it is. So if I say 12, and I'm going to say write it for me. So I'm going to say system out println, and I'm going to say the number at location, right, at byte starts at byte 12. So I put it 12 is, here it is, right? And we can imagine what that number is going to be. So I'm going to say, look at that, I'm going to say RAF read. So I'm not going to say read integer. I know it's an integer. Here it is. Yeah. So that's going to give me the number. So look at this one. When we count it, we know it's, of course, is 12 is number, start number 3. Here it is. So as soon as I do that, I run the program, and it is. All right. There it is. the number starts, here it is, the number starts at byte 12 as 3, right? Now, where would be the cursor? Because we read 12, right? So the point is, this is very important here. Important is RF seek, now the cursor at 12, at 12. When I say read the integer, this is very important, right? When I say read the integers, what's going to happen actually is here. When I say read the byte at 12, so write 3, but the cursor moved to where? To 16 here. So when I say read now, it's going to read the one at the number 4 here. So when I go on here and I say read after it, you see automatically it moves the cursor. The cursor moves because you read it. So if I read this and I'm going to say here it is. Here it is. So I'm going to say, and then print this one. I'm going to remove all of this here. The number now is, and I'm going to read it. Yeah, here it is. So let me do this one here, and it is. Print this. There you go. And you can say, actually, right, length of it. If you notice, the number now is 4. Even you read, right, where he says, move me to position 3, which is a position 12, which is, it means a 3, right? Number 3. So when the cursor read 3, it kept moving and moved at positions because there are 4 bytes. So it's going to be 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. So the cursor now is at 16. So when I say read now, it's going to give me the number start at 16. Right. I hope that makes sense. How this works, right? And of course, if I want to add to it, what I'm going to do now, if you notice, if I want to print the first, here it is, the first double number. Remember the double numbers is, if I notice, this one finished, all my integers finished at 19. That means my doubles started, if you notice, I've got 2 doubles I've created here, double 10 and 20, right? Because times I, right? So I've got 10 and 20 doubles. Remember, if it's a double, it needs 8 bytes. So I know the bytes is going to start from, the first one probably is going to be 10 because times 10.0 and there's 20.0, yeah? Look at that. This is 19, this is going to be at a 20, yeah? And this is double, it means 8 bytes, 8 to 20 to 27. And the other one is from 28 to 36, right? 35, sorry, yeah. 28, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah? So up to 35 here. 35, but the length is obviously right from 28, 20, right, counting. So if I want to go and print, if I want to print, right, or print the 20, for instance, I have to move the cursor to 28. How do I do that? Simply, it's here. After I do that, it is, we know the length is 36. I'm going to come here and I'm going to say, even there, I'm going to say this. There it is. Yeah. If you notice, I'm going to say system. I'm going to move the cursor to 28. So I'm going to say RIF seek. There it is at 28. 28. Right? Here it is. If I say 28, then I'm going to say print it for me. I'm going to print the number. I'm going to say, let me say this is here. Then I'm going to change it. It is. This is one. Print the number. The number starts located at 28. Yes, it is. So of course I'm going to read. It's not going to be int. We know it's a double, right? So if it's a double, this is not going to work, right? What we need to do in that case, we have to make sure is read double. Yeah. So that is going to give us the second number. Start out at 28. Right, and hopefully that's going to be 20 because here it is times I. So I is 1 and 2. So the second one is 20. So I do that, right? And we can see it. The second number, look at 28 is 20. That is. Now, let's say I want to add something to the end of the file. Last things, right? So I'm going to say, here it is. I'm going to add one integer, one double, and one char. So I'm going to say RIF. I'm going to just write, right? And I'm going to say chars. There it is. And I'm going to say CSC 202. There it is. Yeah. There it is. You don't want to put integers. I'm going to put just a set of characters. Now look at the size here. The first thing you need to have a look at is actually how many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2, 12. And what we have there, 36 with 12 should give me 48. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to do it here and let's see what they're going to give us. Yeah, that should give us 48. So doing so here it is, which is 48 as anticipated. Now, one last thing, if you would look at that, if I want to move, it's here. If I want to do, what you can do in order to write, yeah, this will show right in here actually because it was coincident. If you want to write to the end of the file, you have to move to the end of the file. How do I move to the end of the file? Very simple. I can say RIF, seek to where? Here it is. I'm going to say RIF dot length. Right? Here it is. Dot length. So of course it's going to take me to 46, and that's what you need to do to add to the file. Here it is. Run the program is going to give me the same things. Yeah, that is very important. You need to move to the end of the file to add to it, just in case. We were lucky here because the cursor is at the end. Because if I put this one 20, what's that going to give me? That gives me the number 10. Yeah, there it is, 20. Because the number in that case, 28 is the first one, 10. Sorry. It's going to give me the value of 10 because I times 1 is 10, which is this one's here. It's not at 28, it's at 20. All right, here it is. And then we have to move the cursor to the end. Right. Now, if I move this one, it is these all these ones here. If you remember, this one, if I remove this value here, if I remove this, now everything's going to change because look at that. ADU, the characters. So first two characters is the A for the first 2 bytes, then second 2 bytes D, the third 2 bytes U. So the right int, the 0 starts at 7, be careful, 6. 6, yeah, because ADU in that case, I will leave that to you, just then you can have a look at this one, because I've got what I have here, these difference. Now, all these now, sorry about this, let's see. All of this now is all changed. Why? Because I put right chars, which is A, D, U. So A, remember chars, no bytes. A is 0 to 1, D 1, 2, 3, 2 bytes, and U is 5, 4, and 5. And therefore, this will start from, so 0, it is 0 after it, 1, 2, and so on. So 0 is going to start from 6 up to, right, the 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 9. There it is. And this one, number 1, starts from 10 up to 13. Okay? And then 2 starts from 14 up to 17, and so on. So, so you add these ones. So if I run the program, of course, it doesn't work in here because I have to count. Number 3 to print operator 3 is start at 18. And to prove that, we can do that before we complete this theater. To print number 3, right? Number 3, which is supposed to be at 12 before, now at, looking at this, when we do the calculations, based on this ones here, that's 0 here, 1, 2 finish at 17. So obviously 3 start at 18, because that's shift. All right, so we know it's 18. The reason for that, it counted easy. It counts. Why is 18? rather than 12 because it's 6 bytes before that. So 6 bytes. So add 6 bytes to it, and it should be at position 18. So I'm going to say position 18, which is I can say go and move to 18. There it is. That's going to do it for me. So if I run this one, it should give me number 3 here. It is. Here. All right. And here it is. Yeah. As position 3 is plus 18 is a 3 here. If you notice, there it is. So it's all just counting the bytes and see. It depends. If it's reiterate on this one quickly. If it's right byte, it means 1 per character. If I say right char, 2 per characters. And if I say right int, 4 bytes for each number. And if I say right double, 8 bytes for each number. I hope that's explained everything. I wish you best of luck. Should you have any question, please don't hesitate to contact me and explain it further. Thank you very much, and wish you best of luck. Thank you.